Hello, everybody. My name is Stefano. I'm from Team 9, and we are recording this interview with the aim of conducting a primary research for the team assignment of communication and collaboration, coordinated by Professor Sullivan. This is Alessio. Hi, how are you?
Hello everyone, I'm fine, thanks Stefano.
So let's talk about this topic. So right now I'm gonna ask you some questions regarding the topic that we choose. So first of all, do you believe that people's behavior is influenced by their cultural background when working in a multicultural team? What do you think?
Hello again. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with this sentence, and I think that people behavior is influenced by the cultural background, in particular when they're working in a team. I think that this can affect every daily decisions and daily tasks that are carried out within a team. Working in a team with people from the same country can be from one side an advantage because of course they have the same background, but I can say that a team with people from several countries can be far from each other, but they can learn more about each other during the time, and in the end, they can carry out daily task in an efficient way, providing a good results. And regarding this topic, I want to provide some example that I faced, real example that I faced during my working experience. For example, working in Italy, I worked with a team of three Italians, but we collaborate daily with the Indian people, and we had a really good relationships and an efficient way of working, carrying out in a good way all the tasks. But I can say that we never built a strong relationships with them because they prefer like to take decision autonomously without approaching us every day, and they were like less collaborative. While this here I'm facing a different experience working in Poland because I'm working in a Polish team, but we have several relationships with American people, people from USA, in particular from Delaware. And I noticed that this collaboration, it's a daily collaboration, and we are more collaborative. They want always to organize meeting, to face all the issues, and to overcome all the problems. Um, so I think that there are different ways of collaboration, and both of them can be with a good output.
Okay. Thank you so much for your answer. Very detailed. So, describe a specific situation in which you worked with a diverse group of people or person over a period of time. What did you learn from this experience?
I think that working in a team with people from different countries can allow you to learn different stuff and different aspects of the co-working. I can think about my university years. During these years, I carry out several projects at the university, and I had the opportunity to meet people from several countries and parts of the world, and from each of them I could learn something. For example, from my European colleagues, I could learn how to develop some important soft skill, how to focus on PowerPoint, so on the output. While from other typology of colleagues, for example, my colleagues from China and India, were more focused on technical aspects. So from them, I was able to learn how to develop some technical skills, how to improve my technical abilities also on the laptop, on the PC. I think that working in a team with people from different countries can just allow you to learn more and to develop skills from the technical point of view till the human point of view.
Okay, thank you so much. So let's go to the third question. Have you ever been working in a multicultural team in which members of the team, of your team, made a decision without worrying about the opinion of others?
Yeah, okay, listening to this question, I always want to come back to my university years. During my Chinese
Mm-hmm.
experience of exchange, I was involved in some projects, in particular during my first year of the master. And during these projects, I had the opportunity to work not just with the local and Chinese people, but also from students from Western countries and also from USA and European countries. What I noticed was that European and Western people were like used to not provide feedback and taking a decision alone or not involving other people. For
Okay.
example, I remember one day we had to end the project because there was the deadline and some parts of the projects were not
Finished.
were not so good to satisfy the request of the professor. So instead of providing feedback to our colleagues that didn't carry out the work, so instead to provide the constructive feedback, other people of my team that were from USA and other European countries, they decided to not provide any feedback and just take the decision alone without getting involved with other people. So I think that in a teamwork is important also to involve everybody to take decision together and also provide the feedback and positive feedback or negative feedback just to help your colleague to grow up and
Okay.
to achieve the same targets together.
Thank you so much. You mentioned in United States, people from United States, actually students from United States, and even European students. Do you remember where they from
Yeah,
precisely?
regarding USA, I remember that almost all of them were from Florida.
O-
Regarding USA students,
okay. What
while
about
European
Europe? Yeah.
Europe, yeah, I remember that most of them were from France and Germany.
Okay. So for France and Germany, French and
Yeah.
Germany.
Yeah, while I noticed that maybe Italian people were like more used to provide feedback and to get involved everybody to achieve together the same targets.
Okay. Good to know. Thank you. So now, tell us about a time that you adapted your style of work or style or studying as well, in order to work effectively with those who were different from you.
Mhm. Okay, to answer to this question, I want to talk about some experience that I made in Milan. Um, I was involved also in Milan in several projects, and I remember that working with Italian people, but also European people overall, I prefer always not to take the leadership, but just to work in backup or just get involved with share my opinion and take a decision altogether. While I used a different approach when I carry out other projects, but in China. Because there in China, I did some project also just with the Chinese people. And for example, I noticed that my colleagues were shy or like they were not used to share the opinions. And
There
so
was
in
no
that
so
case,
communication between
yeah,
you
yeah.
and Chinese
Yeah,
students.
exactly. I noticed that I had more issues regarding the communication. So at that point, I decided to take the leadership, to start to split the roles, to split the task in order to achieve our targets. And I think that in that particular environment was the best solution in order to meet deadline and to achieve the targets.
Okay, thank you so much. So, then I have my last question for you. then you're free to go. Can you recall a time when a person's cultural background affected your approach to a work situation?
Okay, during my experience, I had different typology of leaders and from different countries, and many of them were from Italy or China or Poland, and all of them were young people, and they were great leader.
What you mean by
Um,
young people?
Young
What
people
was
because they were
the
not
average
so
age?
on average, I think about 30, 35.
Okay.
But but in particular, in order to answer to a question, I want to mention one leader that I had, and he was about 50 years old. So he had a great experience, and I saw him as a real leader because he was far from me.
Where
He
was he
was an
from?
experienced guide. He was for
From
Germany.
Germany. Okay.
Yeah, from a small town close to Berlin. And I decided to mention this leader because I think that his cultural background affected me a lot and influenced me in a positive way.
Okay.
Why? Because before meeting him, I always try to carry out the best of my work, but he learned me how to look into details, how to develop a perfect research regarding a scientific point of view, how to meet deadline, how to achieve target, and how to improve daily. So I think that the cultural background of this leader, that he was from Germany, and I think that the German people are famous to be to be always in time, to look into details, to meet deadlines. And I think that this cultural background, in particular during this experience of work that I had with him, influenced me in a positive way.
Thank you so much. So I will end this conversation right now.
Mhm.
So thank you for your contribution here in this research, in this team assignment. And yeah, have a lovely rest
Thank
of
you,
your day.
Stefano. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.